So this one's being carried training clips.
Keeping frame, you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm fucking.
I love it. I've got a beautiful one down there. Literally fire. No, I was that's what I really especially not that nice. I'm doing back to school.
It's not bad for me. She's filming 7 people in one day.
It's nice, like, isn't it? You know, has to sleep and then he bends on it. He wants to be there. Check out the kids. Fuck you around.
Well, I like those, your body's going away from the natural organ.
Let's go, mate. Drop his box, Sam.
Perfect reps.
Come on, strong, mate. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, fuck. Yeah, here we go. All day long, mate. Strong as fuck. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Come on, keep it going, mate. Beautiful. Strong, mate. Strong as fuck, Sam. Beautiful, mate. Come on, then. You're going to get this day again, mate. Let's go. Come on, in. Come on. Come on, in. Drive it up. Yeah.
Bend and bars.
Come on, in.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on, now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, in. Yeah. Come on, in.
Come on, Dino's on
Go.
the knees. Come on, separate. Let's go.
Head back, yeah. Hold you, hold you.
Nice. It's right here, kid.
Hello, George. Man, your legs are so close. Fuck, dude. Fuck me, man. Come on, all day long.
Another successful lift. Dino's gym. I don't know when the next time I'll be in the UK is, but I know for a fact I'm coming back here. It's kind of cringe as it sounds. The vibes are immaculate. Frankly, I'm kind of jealous. If I got to go to a gym like this every day, well, it's not like I'm small now, but I think I may be just a touch bigger. Because for one thing, if everybody at your gym is training like a nut, I can almost guarantee you are too, right? I love this picture. It's 3 pit bulls and a cat. And the cat must have been raised with the fucking pit bulls. And it's not sitting all cute. It's standing up fucking tough, you know? So if you surround yourself by some fucking freaks, odds are, if there's 3 of you and 2 of them are nuts, you're probably going to be as well. So let's see how quads are looking. And I know that wasn't necessarily the highest volume quad day, and that was kind of on purpose. For one thing, I definitely think I'm a little bit systemically fatigued. But the reason that I called it, I mean, those 2 sets of sissy squats were really kind of just to finish off, pumping up the quads. But the reason I kind of said, okay, that's probably done, is because I do get, and I don't think I can really describe it in the exact terms, but I just kind of feel like the workout's done and I've done enough. Like I can tell how pumped I am, how fatigued I feel in the muscle that I'm hitting. And after that set of squats, I had to walk up some stairs to get up here, and I was like limping a little bit. So I think today's leg day, that set of squats combined with standing around the expo all day, that was about as much volume as I think is necessary. So let's see how quads look. They should be decently pumped. But I am a touch dehydrated, I think. And you gotta remember, your muscle doesn't just get pumped out of nowhere like fucking magic. It draws fluids from the rest of your body, mainly your fucking blood. And what's the primary fluid that makes you up, dog? Fucking water. So if you're a little dehydrated, not only are you gonna feel a little bit more shit in the lift, but you're probably not gonna get as pumped. That's what I feel. Back up, so a little freaky lighting. Yeah, pretty good. Not the gnarliest pump ever, but perfectly satisfactory for me based on the current circumstances. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Even just sitting here right now, like, my legs are fully straightened. When I bend them just a little, I feel like they're gonna buckle and give out. But yeah, sorry, no commentary. I forgot a few things. I forgot my mic, and I forgot the SD card for my camera in the hotel in the computer. So back to the old school iPhone days. No fancy background blur from the focal point of the big ass camera lens. But all done. We're gonna go get some food, and this either might be the end of the clip or maybe I'll say some shit later. But UK trip, at least for the Arnold, is now complete. So plan now is to head to London and keep this trip going. So I'll see you either in a few seconds or next time.
Oof, real late one tonight. Have not been on my A game when it comes to, let's just say, uploading. Well, the consistency's there, but the timing whenever we're on these trips goes kind of bananas. So for you, this is like 3 a.m., and usually these come out at like, 6. Whoopsie. So for anybody that watches these like right before they do their cardio, and they kind of rely on it for being uploaded at the right time, yeah, I'm drop the ball just a touch. But we'll be back to normal. We'll be back to normal soon enough. But yeah, that was a pretty good set of squats. And yeah, a little bit lower volume than I would typically do. I was honestly considering doing another set of squats, but after I sat down on one of the benches and I sort of caught my breath, just feeling how my quads and my glutes a little bit felt as I stood up, yeah, there's no more squats in me. Even those sissy squats were kind of, those weren't too crazy. It's not like they were doing a ton of damage. I really just wanted to get a touch more blood into the area. But yeah, even though that was just, about 3 sets of leg extensions, each kind of pyramiding up in intensity. It's kind of, I wish that stack was a little heavier. For me with quads, I have a little bit of trouble hitting like complete failure when the weight is a little lighter. Because with something like hamstrings, it's not as strong as quads. So I can go heavy enough on the stacks where I can get to a point where I can literally barely move. But with the leg extensions, it's a little bit more of an endurance test. So in that sense, I really got to tough it up and just deal with the burn. But that set of squats was definitely a good one. I think I probably should have done one more rep because, Dino hopped in and gave me a spot. But what are you going to do? I think it was one more rep would have been questionable. And usually that's kind of my cue to either rack it or man up and go for it. But I thought I might do another set, so I wanted to not have to deal with reloading the weight. But yeah, third day, a little bit shorter. It's freaking sweet. So plan for tomorrow, training with Samson. Freaking, it's for one thing, it's just cool seeing everybody floating around from like, you know, YouTube, whatever. Just everybody who you only see on your phone at the expo. But oh my god, seeing like guys in the 300 plus pound weight class, it's almost beyond comparison. It's just totally gnarly. So we'll probably do. I've got chest scheduled for tomorrow. I'm not sure what he wants to hit. We might do whatever. You know, sometimes when you're working out with other people, it's worth it to kind of swap your split around just so you can do the same stuff. But that's the plan for tomorrow. I'm sure we'll stop and get all sorts of food. I'm going to have to stop down at the hotel before we leave and check out just to get a big-ass breakfast. I had one this morning. Maybe, the pictures on my phone. It's going to be weird to put it on the computer. But it was pretty good. All sorts of shit. It was like hash browns and eggs and sunny side up eggs and bread and grapefruit. The grapefruit was a little bitter, but whatever. Maybe there's just more antioxidants. But I tell you what, I've definitely learned my lesson after the Arnold in Columbus to bring more food and water to this one. Because I'm walking around, I was just seeing like I saw Noel in the elevator, or I was just running into everybody in the lobby. Everybody's fucking dead. After 3 days of, you know, standing around all day talking to everybody, and then, you know, going to do lifts, hardly sleeping because you're traveling. But I was on my A game with my recovery. I've been sleeping pretty much any time that we're back in the room, or that I'm back here, instantly just passed out. So solid lift. I definitely need to eat a little extra something. I'll either scout around here or maybe just go order something to the hotel. I'm gonna try not to order any more Papa John's. I feel like I've had maybe my fill. There's 3 empty pizza boxes next to me, and they're not small either. But whatever. So I still feel pretty full. I'm gonna have to step on a scale soon enough. I want to know what my weight's at. Usually, what happens is, at least at the Arnold in Columbus, drop like 5 pounds over the course of the weekend, just because I'm not eating enough food. That's really it. And when it comes to, I mean, maintaining your weight and gaining it, I think we all know the deal. You got to freaking chow down. You know, you're not just going to be able to photosynthesize carbs into your system by wearing a pair of short sleeves and shorts out in the sun. You got to actually, you know, get your food in there somehow. Me and Fuad, Ian, and everybody were downstairs. We were timing all the old food that they were eating. I can blend it up chicken shakes with oatmeal. I think I'm getting a little soft core. I haven't even been drinking egg whites or anything fucking weird. I've just been having too many treats. I think I got to go back to my roots. Maybe not, you know, a mason jar full of egg whites, and not because I don't like it, but you only digest. I mean, it's kind of conflicting information, but I think the general consensus is when you drink an egg white, uncooked, even though it goes down like nothing, like it doesn't even really make me feel full, you only digest half the protein. It's not super bioavailable, which kind of sucks, because for me to drink 50 grams of protein worth of egg whites is so much easier than to eat it. And, you know, what are you going to do? It's definitely not worth it to drink 100 grams of protein worth of egg whites just so I can, you know, get the 50 that I can actually digest. And it's just not fucking practical. So, yeah, I'll have to start busting those out a little more. Maybe get some chicken shakes and some cereal shakes. The dextrose shake is definitely going to come back. I'm getting to the point of the bulk now where I want to kind of use every tool in my tool belt to start getting calories down. And a quick 500 post-workout, that'll definitely do the trick. So in terms of how long the bulk is going to go on for, months. I mean, I'm not even fucking... I feel like I was a little bit softer at this point in the last bulk. I'm still reasonably fucking lean, so I see no reason to stop. End goal... Not that there specifically is one, because I just want to, you know, get heavier. That's kind of the overarching point of the bulk. But I definitely want to be in the 270s. 270, even just 270 would be a pretty badass number. 275 is starting to sound really cool. But if I want to get up there, I need to start seriously eating. and I got a lot of tons of questions. I kind of got a lot of the same ones, but the one that sort of upset me a little bit the most. Not like I wasn't upset that people were asking this, but it was, what's the best food to bulk up on? Like, how do I bulk? What foods, what protein should oh goodness, what protein should I be eating to gain weight? What's the best food to eat? And there's no answer. It's just eat more. Eat whatever you have to, which is easy for you to actually put yourself into a calorie surplus. And I know the answer of like, oh, just eat more. It's like, it's so simple. But I think the fact that it's so simple, people write it off as like, whatever. They're not really telling me the truth. He needs to eat it's as if it's like if drinking a cup of chocolate milk every day made you just turn into a freak. The only thing keeping you from gaining weight is the fact that you're not eating enough calories. And it doesn't have to come from a specific source either. In a muscle building context, it should look pretty similar for everybody, right? A solid amount of protein, however many pounds you weigh, around a gram, matching that number, it's not bad. If you're a 170 pounder, I think around 150, 170 grams of protein a day is going to be good for you. And then if you're a 100 pounder, 100, a 200 pounder, 200. But that's also just relative to your lean body mass. If I was 300 pounds, but I had a pretty substantial amount of body fat on me, I wouldn't need 300 grams of protein. I would only need as much as, I would weigh if I was extra lean. So if you're kind of on the higher end of the body fat spectrum, you don't have to eat, however many pounds you weigh. You can probably cut it down a little bit. And honestly, I'm kind of starting to think you don't need as much protein as I have eaten before. When I was a beginner, I'd have some days where I had like 400 grams of protein a day. I think the highest was like 450. That was just when I was kind of main gaining. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, but it's just kind of beyond necessary. I'd rather get my energy from carbs so I'm a little bit more full. But yeah, seriously, if you can actually, not just dismiss like, oh, just eat more, blah, blah. Like, if you can actually understand that eating more is the answer and really internalize it, it's kind of going to fucking hype you up, Like, if you don't really connect with the fact that you need to eat more physically every day, consistently, to get bigger, if you can actually really understand that, that's going to motivate you to fucking get a big ass bowl of whatever and just chow down. Sometimes I'll literally play like a fucking hype song or like music that I was usually listen to when I'm working out while I'm eating something. Cause I'm like, if I got a bowl of something I don't really care to eat, like maybe just a big ass bowl of rice with some chicken. That's a lot of the stuff I was eating this weekend. Or, just something that's a little blander. Then I'll sort of play like a fucking hype song so I can chat down. Because, whenever I don't really want to eat, I kind of get into a mindset of like, okay, the food is part of the training. And I don't want to be a fucking slacker, I want results. So I'll almost fucking hype myself up for a meal. But whatever you got to do. And part of the reason why I eat so many treats and whatever is because for me, it's just easier to eat, man. I can get down 1,500 calories worth of, objectively kind of shit food, a lot of sugar and whatever else, just because it's easier for me. And then when you match that with being pretty big, lifting hard every day, and consistent cardio, you're not going to put on too much body fat, So that's the cue which you should use to kind of determine whether or not you're eating, too much or eating too much shit, is if you really start packing on body fat, then you got to pump the brakes. Maybe stop having so much ice cream and just eat in a little milder of a surplus, So until I get to the point where I'm really packing on body fat and, the calories I'm eating are not being used for muscle growth, then I'm going to say, fuck it, man, no more Skittles, no more fruit snacks. Let's just get some low glycemic index oatmeal and, sweet potatoes and everything else. So I'm less inclined to, store this fast acting calories that's body fat. But until then, treats aren't going anywhere. So bulk will continue as many months as it takes to get to the point where I can't gain any more weight. And then I'm excited to shred down. I've been looking at all like the Instagram posts and like the thumbnails from when I was finishing the last diet. And it's definitely getting me excited to cut down. But the excitement for me to get back to that lean state is not more than how excited I am to get physically bigger first. You know, and the guys who are kind of in the opposite spectrum of that end, where they're more excited to be shredded than they are to be big, I don't think they're going to have such an easy time making progress, you know, because you kind of have to sacrifice looking insanely lean and veiny and vascular and like shredded while you're bulking up, because, you know, you're fucking building the roots of your infrastructure, right? A building is not going to look cool in the first stages of construction. It's fucking dirty. There's fucking dudes running around all over the place, dust and fucking power saws. You know, the foundation's being built, and then once all the hard work is done, they come in and finish it and see what they're really doing. You know, so that's kind of how I treat it. So if you can't deal with that phase of being a little bit softer than you like, then fuck, man, you're never going to be bigger than you are now. Now, of course, you can main gain. I'm not knocking that, but if you're a bulking and cutting kind of guy, then that's sort of how I feel. But all done. Cardio in the morning, followed by a few-hour drive, and then I think a chest day with Samson. That'll be on a Hostile channel. This whole time we've been kind of recording like vlogs and lifts with them, so that'll all be over there. Because I always say I'm gonna record some stuff when we're at the booth and, you know, with everybody in line. I never end up doing it. I'm like too focused on just talking to everybody. But don't skip your cardio. So here's one thing. You know, probably recorded like 1,000 videos. Like, how can you tell my friend John to do his cardio? Come on, guys. I want to get to the point where I don't have to say that because you guys actually do it. And really, I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle. There's no chance that even 25% of all lifters worldwide will do their cardio on a consistent basis. But, you know, the fact that that's the case just means that the people who are doing it, they're going to separate themselves from that 75%. So if that's you, you do get to kind of pat yourself on the back a little bit. You kind of get to feel a little bit extra cool because you're actually putting in the work. But that's all I got. So I got to shower off, pass out, and then I'll see you tomorrow.